Let's start with this article. This 28-year-old ditched a six-figure salary and started a something company. I blanked it off. Take a guess what company is that, and I'll review it in later part of this podcast. Six-figure salary at age 28. I mean, if it's 100,000, that's nothing to shout about. Because if you look around in legal sector, for example, all the young lawyers at around the age of 28 are all drawing at least 100,000 in that industry. But if you read the article, you'll hear this quote. Everybody was looking at me as if thinking, you gave up a 200,000 salary a year with equity. Are you an idiot? Now that is bigger amount already, 200,000 at the age of 28. So fantastic, good job, but we will all probably on first instinct think that it's probably quite idiotic. But that's besides the point. And we shouldn't be salty or we shouldn't cringe at the idea of good income. Because if you want to compare with something more extreme, Mr. Sam Bankman-Fried, around that age now, is worth 20 billion US dollars. Mr. Sam is of course the owner of FTX cryptocurrency exchange. So there are indeed high-paying jobs out there for young people, and there are indeed very wealthy self-made billionaires. So let's chill a bit and be constructive, because I've yet to review what company she's going to start, and it's going to make you jump. And previously, what company she worked in to get this high salary? It was Kraft Heinz. Now, this is of course one of the biggest F&B companies. They are an MNC, and it goes to show, if you can climb high, if you can climb fast, if you can be at the right place, make the right connections, you can actually climb pretty quickly in the corporate ladder and achieve a lot of financial success. And she reached a certain management level in 5 quick years. Let's read on further. She also suggested that she started this business as a side hustle at first, but amid several lockdowns, the business grew and became very promising. Let's pause it right there. If you drew 200,000, my question to you is, will you be doing side hustles or will you be contented? You've gotten enough, you can chill, relax, don't work so hard. But this lady is still very driven, and to earn that kind of income, the job scope definitely is busy. We should not understate that. She is definitely going to handle a lot of projects, have people reporting to her. Her plate is definitely full, but she has the drive, she has the ambition, and to back that up, her resume included previously being the president of Investment Interactive Club in NTU when she was a student there. Now, if you want to start a business also, be an entrepreneur, I think the first question you ask yourself is, be candid about it. Do you have the drive to succeed in entrepreneurship? If the answer is not sure or no, then maybe partner up with someone who is extremely driven so that together you can make the long trip to entrepreneurship a worthy one and a successful one. You know, Steve Wozniak partnered with Steve Jobs, and we all know Steve Jobs is the one that has all the drive and as well as all the marketing sense. But Steve Wozniak was good at his craft. So partner up if you feel you don't have that kind of drive. You need that drive to succeed in business. The second thing is she has also saved up quite a lot of money. And she's mentioned she hasn't taken a pay for a year in this new business itself. So if you want to go in entrepreneurship, save up hard first, because for starting period, you might be incomeless. The third point to consider if you want to start a business is don't quit and go and set up a bubble tea shop straight away. When you want to start a business, test the idea first. And she shared that it started off as a side hustle. And this is a good way, to test out this MVP, minimum viable product. And what it means is you want to bring a product to the market whereby you just build a prototype or a service method and test whether early customers like it or not, whether you have a chance to succeed in the market or not. Because early customers can give you feedback on where to improve. And if it's promising like what she has experienced, then you have a good belief that you can succeed. Then that's time to quit the job. Don't go blindly diving into it and hoping that the market is favorable. Business is always a competition. And let's read further. The business grew and became very promising, especially after the brand started getting press coverage. Now let me share with you now what Miss Mary Lim has actually set up. She has actually set up a business selling sex toys. You heard it correct, sex toys. Lady selling sex toys. And of course, that's going to get a lot of press coverage because it's unique, it's bold, it intrigues us. That's why I clicked on the article in the first place. So back to the point, if you want to quit your job right now to set up a bubble tea shop, you need to understand that nobody cares unless you are setting up this bubble tea shop with JJ Lin, then yes, you are going to have a lot of press coverage. And press coverage is very powerful nowadays. It's very persuasive to customers. It tells people where you are so that people can look for you, and it's free marketing. And in today's world where advertising on Google, YouTube is so expensive, clever and free guerrilla marketing tactics like this is priceless. Now, I've seen before advertisements on YouTube. A particular one caught my attention, which I would like to use it to illustrate a key point. And that advertisement ran, you are one idea from being unemployed or an employee to becoming a successful entrepreneur. I cannot agree with that at all. I dislike it tremendously without putting any wrong words to things. Because quite simply, as what we've discussed, you need drive to succeed in entrepreneurship. You need to save up enough money first before quitting. You need to test the product. If it's a side hustle, you tested it, it works, then you have the comfort zone to quit and start it full time. And last but not least, you need marketing, media coverage. Then you increase your odds of succeeding. So if you agree and if you have learned something from today, smash the like button so that we can reach a bigger audience together, and smash or subscribe, because in 2022, this channel, we're going to have more podcasts and more financial shows coming up that could really help you in your financial journey. Doing up this podcast, I actually did further research because sex industry is very intriguing. And I actually found that she's not the only one, or she's not the only female actually that is trying to market sex toys. You can check over here, Vidu. This is actually done by Miss Janice. She was previously a corporate HRer. And Hedonis, Miss Jacqueline. And right now, Hedonis is actually merging up with Miss Mary Lim to actually become a bigger entity together and conquer this niche industry. From my research, it's shown that this is actually a highly profitable industry, and younger generations are becoming more and more liberal. Demand, if we see trends overseas, such as in Europe and in Japan. But if the business fails, she's mentioned that she may have to go back to corporate, and she mentioned something along the lines of, I didn't want to do it at first because I didn't want it to affect future career opportunities. I wasn't sure how human resource would take it. If I'm a boss, I like staff who take bold initiatives. I like staff who have deep motivation, do things themselves, try things themselves, and have actually some experience handling projects themselves. And that translates to a lot of things that can be done in business and in corporate. But I'd like to ask you this question. Will you mind if she started a business in this area where it's a bit shy to talk about, it's a bit sensitive? Is it a plus or a minus to you? I'd like to hear your thoughts if you're a hiring manager. Leave your comments in the sections below, and I'll see you in the next podcast. Take care and goodbye.